Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. I'm AC Gamer, and tonight I'm joined by a very good friend. We have a ZK Gaming.
What's going on, guys?
And we're going to be playing our low levels tonight. Now, we will be doing more in the sense that we're going to be doing some harder levels with different characters as the night goes on. Cypher is going to be joining us, Chupa is going to be joining us, and right now we're just kind of playing our Paladin and our Mage. Are you at the camp, man?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Zirian right here. Is
Oh,
this
okay.
you?
Yep.
No, Summoner?
Yep. Alright, let me go ahead and summon my... I guess I'm going to do it with an Earth Pet. You think this guy would take us in his group, or you think he's doing it for the shoulder pads or the belts or whatever it is?
I don't know. He's red to me.
Yeah, he's red here. Oh, well, we got an ad back here anyways. We got a lioness. We could just kill the ads while we wait. I mean, we could just get a little bit of experience this way.
Hold on, I'm having problems here with this.
No worries, dude. I think I could take on a lion.
The Skype thing keeps messing up.
Richard Heath says, I smell chicken. Richard, if you're not at work and you want to come join us, you are more than welcome to, man. We're doing a little bit of low levels right now until Cypher and Chupa get on. And then I believe we're going to be going to either City of Mist or maybe Soul B, depending on how camped one or the other is. Alright, that giant...
Here, let me give you some buffs.
Alright, I'll take a little bit, but I think my pet will probably benefit from them a little bit more than I will.
Okay. I'll buff him up, too.
Richard says he's at work.
I don't have symbols yet, but...
Ah, no, you're good, dude. I can log on and come buff. Yeah, you don't have to do that, man. Like I said, we always appreciate it if you guys do, but you definitely don't have to. Not sure two of us could take. Yeah, I think the roamers are going to be a handful for us at the moment. Like I said, that scarab was even to me. Let's see, what is the orc pawn? He's blue, or he's green. Ooh, we got a yellow lioness over there. That would be interesting. What about this wolf?
I can heal. I do got minor healing, so keep that in mind. Oh, watch out for the griffin.
Oh yeah, he's pretty close. Alright, that lioness is probably going to snag us. You want to get it? It's yellow. I got him.
Okay.
My pet's on him.
I don't know what happened there.
You did flash a light on it, it looks like. And unless you're within, I think it's like 2 or 3 meters of the animal or the target, flash a light blinds them and it makes them run off in some weird direction. So, not a great pulling tool as a paladin.
Okay. Well, I don't have really any other spells to pull with, but...
Great for taunting, though. Once you get that that aggro, it never really seems to go away. Yeah, as a paladin, you get a few other spells from time to time, but you might be using your bow more than anything for a while. An orc pawn, really?
I don't have a bow.
Well, you know, I can't say anything about that because I have still not gotten any arrows for all the bows that I have. Ooh, that's a nice belt.
Yeah.
It's the one great thing about sitting in this zone. You know, if you're sitting here and grouping, like, you can just see all the crazy stuff you'll probably never get your hands on.
Yeah. To be honest, this is just an experiment with this guy. I'm not really trying to tweak him out all that well. I just got some pieces lying around that I got as drops on this guy.
Right.
I'm not trying to overdo it like I did on my monk or anything.
Well, there's something to be said about characters that are twinked. Really, really fun to play because you're just so overpowered in a lot of instances, but then there also is a lot to be gained by playing the character the way it was meant to be played, with very little equipment at those stages, and feeling the difference when you do get that set of pair of pants or a breastplate or even a new weapon off of some named mob that you happen to be killing in the zone that you're in. Maybe
Yeah,
not,
for sure.
maybe not like the end all be all type weapon, but it makes a difference that you notice it, and that's pretty cool.
For sure, man.
Because we've been playing a lot of games lately, other than Everquest, and you know, Deceit's a really cool game, but there's nothing in that one that really makes you feel like you worked for it. You get different costumes you can unlock, but one weapon to the next is virtually the same as anything else that you start with. So I kind of miss that leveling up feeling, you know, that Everquest kind of gives you, that RPG aspect. Are we...
this guy is pulled the Centurion for us.
Well, I think he was helping us take that one out. I don't think we were supposed to take his mob, but we'll give it a shot, I guess. What is he, Con? He is yellow. Wow, yeah, he's eating your face in, dude.
It's okay, I can heal.
I don't think we'd be able to take this camp. Not with the two of us. We'd have to find more.
No, I'd probably need a fungi tunic and everything, you know?
Yeah. And then if Lord Shin was to spawn, that'd be too much for us.
Sure.
There's a Lego there now. There's no way we could take on a Lego either.
Nope.
Let's see. What about the lioness? Got a blue lioness. And a shadow wolf. Well, the shadow wolf is blue. Let's go with this one. He's ready to attack.
Alright, I've got 53 mana, so
we're good. I'm at 40. It doesn't seem like my mana goes down all that fast. I am kind of decked out a little bit. This guy is...
Do you have a damage shield?
Let me see. I might. Flare? Is Flare a damage shield? I don't think it is.
I don't know.
I think it's a light spell.
I don't play a mage.
Burst of Flames, Minor Shielding. I got Minor Shielding. Does that stack with yours, do you think?
No, that only works on you. That spell only works on you.
Check it out. See if I can stack it with your Paladin buffs.
Yeah, I don't know if it will stack, but it's worth a shot.
Alright, sure does. Turtle Skin, Courage, and Minor Shielding. All stack with one another. Let's see, what does Flare do?
Oh, there's the Sword of Warning. That's a one I could get, but I don't know. I'm not trying to, you know, deck this guy out really well.
How much is it going for?
600. I mean, it's not too bad, but...
Oh, that's a little pricey for a brand new character, 600 plat.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably afford 100 plat, like monks tend to do with their bow sticks, and you just kind of go in there and...
Yeah, I've got 100 plat on me right now.
Yeah, it's not too difficult to do that. Bone chips or, you know, spider silk.
Yeah, this is all I got on this guy. I gave him 100 plat for starter money, and that was it. This is just like I said, kind of a test character that I'm doing.
Right.
Seeing how far I can go and seeing what upgrades I can get up that are by myself, you know, without twinking too hard. Oh, there's a bard that pulled that.
What was he? He's red. Are we trying to take on the Legionary?
Yeah. He's got aggro on it now.
I don't think we can take a Lego. Well, at least as long as Flare is a point-blank AoE. Okay.
Just get your pet on this guy.
Yeah, it's on it.
Start casting some spells, man.
He's red, but I'll give it a shot. Yeah, he's gonna resist.
Okay, he's going down now. So how do you like playing the mage? I mean, I know it's something different.
He's very young, but I do like the pet. Just because I tend to, when I do these videos or when I do the streams, I'm very, very lazy. I actually had somebody comment the other day on one of my videos. He was saying towards the end of our time in Seb, we were in Disco. We had got it down so well. We were down there for like 8 hours one day. And towards the end of it, I didn't even stand up for the last 40 minutes. And it's because my group didn't need any healing at all. So I didn't really have to do anything. There could have been more I could have been doing. I could have been buffing people. I could have been, lawing targets, doing whatever I could have done to make it easier on everybody else. But I didn't do any of that. So I think a mage, not to say that they don't do anything, would be right up my alley. Because I could just send my pet in and then just sit back and throw down some mana rods or something every so often.
Yeah, I mean, mages are good, and I mean, they're good for soloing towards the end game, for sure, with their pets, but especially when you get that epic, but that's beside the point, but
Yeah, Lego is definitely too hard for us.
he's going down, though.
A little bit.
Uh-oh.
I got this. I got this.
Okay. Don't worry, man, I still got heals, so don't worry. Okay, the Lego's down. What are we gonna get on the Lioness?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on the Lioness now.
Thank you, by the way, Chrome. It's very nice of you guys to come out and help us out.
Oh yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Just a lazy afternoon today, doing a little bit of killing with our low levels until Cypher and Chupa get back. And when they do, we will be probably heading over to either City of Mist or Soul B, as I was saying earlier, or somewhere else that we can get experience at level 45-ish.
Soul B.
Yeah, I like Soul B, but I know other people tend to get tired of it after a little bit. It's kind of hard to pass up dungeon experience, though, is what it comes down to.
For sure. Lower Guk is also good in Goldies.
Yeah, a little bit more dangerous, for sure, but if you can get in there, you get a lot more loot than you will in Soul B, I think. Oh, and
look,
we got Mavis. It's
Mavis.
Richard.
Bring in the heat.
Anyone else in chat see everything else dark? It could be I do not have a lightstone on this character yet. I do have on most of the characters that I play just because you guys have mentioned that before, and it seems to help out quite a bit. But I have no lightstone on this guy, so that might be an issue for a while. It does seem like it is finally turning daytime, so hopefully that will fix itself in a little bit. Oh, check out the buffs, dude. You're gonna be able to tank like a crazy dude.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to still take this camp. Though.
No, those Legionnaires. Were you landing any hits on them? Or was it like one in every 5?
I was landing a couple hits on him, not every hit though. I was missing a lot, but yeah. I was getting like 5 and 15 damage in there. My weapon is pretty good, but it's nothing too crazy. But that's the weapon I'm using. I got that from Seb, so.
Ooh, so he is decked out a little bit. That is a good weapon.
Yeah, just a little bit, but nothing too crazy.
Alright, so I'm meting up. If you want to pull one, you're welcome
your mana?
to.
I don't know. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna pull the orc.
No. I'd stick to the roamers, like the scarabs and the wolves and lionesses. Some snakes too might be good, although you might want to make sure you have at least a little bit of mana for them because they do poison.
Yeah, I got it. All right, I got a snake incoming. This one's even con to me at level 9.
Nice. He is yellow to me.
Yeah, I've also got some other stuff on him, but that's about it. I mean, I've only got a total of 5 pieces on him, so he's not super decked out. But just like I said, just stuff that I got from Seb that I, was and stuff like that, and kale and stuff like that. But nothing extremely bad. crazy 300k or whatever. You know, nothing like that.
Seb is some amazing experience, dude.
I mean, that weapon right there only goes for 100 plat, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but you can't really... I guess you can. There's a lot of people that do kind of look at how valuable an item is based off of what it goes for in the game. But there are some amazing items in the game that pretty much everybody wants. They just drop so commonly that the price goes down.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there's a good ranger bow, the Raincaller. I've got that on my level 11 ranger that I don't play.
Yeah, I want to take my ranger over to Trakanon and get the keys for Seb, and then just park him in there one day over at NG and see if I can get that bow that drops, the no trade one that nobody ever really seems to loot.
Yeah, there's not a lot of rangers that, I mean...
And it's not really the best one either. Like, if you can get the bow from Dragon Acropolis, that one is definitely going to be hands down better than the one from Seb, but the one from Seb is free.
Yeah, I mean, but look at the stats on this Raincaller, though. Hold on.
Maybe it says I keep cutting in and out on his side. Let me know if anything else is going hinky on with your sides over there, guys, when you're watching the stream, if it's coming through okay or if it's looking a little weird.
Look at the stats on that Raincaller.
Uh, 20 damage, 45 delay, 5 charges of fire strike, 6 strength or 6 dexterity, 200 range. That's a good thing right there. Actually, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. And for 2k, it's not really that bad of an item. But
looks perfect. Okay. Darn, you're giving me the EQ itch. It can get underneath your skin and make you come back to the game. But one thing I try to stress as much as possible is you don't have to go, crazy and come back and play, 18 hours a day and do the neckbeard thing if you don't want to. You can still do like a 1 day a week kind of thing, which is what I tend to do with these guys is we'll play on the weekends and, just kind of get into an 8 or 9 hour group, which is a long time. Again, you don't really have to, but it's kind of cool to spend that much time in one area because it lets you get comfortable with it. And so the next time you come into it, you're not really too nervous with, do I go around this corner? Do I go around that corner? Am I going to get lost in the maze? The maze is a little bit more familiar.
yeah, for sure. How's your mana?
I'm at 2%. I'm kind of going through my mana a bit, but...
Okay. I'll stop pulling then.
No, you're good.
Oh.
You're good. I still have my pet, and you're taking these things like a beast with all those buffs, so... do your stuff, man. Oh, getting some ads over here. AC playing P99. Yeah, we're snub. We're gonna be or stab. We're gonna be playing a P99 session all day today. As soon as Chupa and Cypher get back, we'll be going over to someplace that's 45 plus. We talked about City of Mist. We talked about Soul B. Maybe a little bit lower Guck. There's quite a few options when you finally get to 45-ish.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna be doing an epic fight here soon. I don't know when, but just thought I'd let you guys know.
We got a lioness over here. I'll put my pet on him for now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get the whole gang together and we're gonna do the last piece for a certain somebody's epic. We won't say just who yet, but if you guys are interested in coming out and joining us, you will be more than welcome.
Watch that griffin. Oh, never mind. He's going back the other way.
Playing a tank and all the people I played with quit. That, does tend to happen in any game you play, whether it's an MMO, RPG, a first-person shooter, RTS. People kind of move on to other games. Thankfully, I've managed to find a really good, great group of people You know, ZK, I got Chupa, I got Hydros, and he's kind of taking a short break from the game just because of his internet connection, unfortunately, right now. But, you know, I've played multiple games with these guys, so it's just kind of cool. You know, even if they get tired or burned out from EverQuest, you can kind of move on with them and play other ones. As far as EverQuest goes, if you get in the right guild, you won't tend to have a problem finding groups. You know, I've mentioned this before. Kittens That Say Meow is a fantastic guild for starting out. They're also a really good guild for moving up into raids and doing kind of, you know, getting your feet wet. I don't know if they take on anything too crazy, you know? I mean, they're not going into like the Sleeper's Tomb or anything like that, but they do TOV and they do Kale, so, you know, they are doing some of the upper stuff of raids, or middle areas, I guess.
I'll be right back, AC.
City of Mist was too low. Finding a group was hard. What level were you on your tank? Yeah, Kittens, man. You know, I mean, I only have one tune in that guild, and it's my wizard, which kind of is a shame because I don't really ever play my wizard all that often, but every single time I log on to that guy, and I see the guild chat going on, they're so friendly with one another. They're so willing to come over and help people out and form up a group and just spend time with one another that makes me want to play that tune just because of the guild. And then, of course, you see the other side when I'm playing my other tunes, just watching the kittens go around and help even people who aren't even in their guild and answer questions for them in the East Common tunnels. And, you know, it's just they're a great bunch of people. Pretty much everybody on the server is a really, really nice person. Until you start getting into the competition aspect of the game, you know, higher end raid content, people competing for mobs, it can go downright into the sewers in that situation.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, competition. It's going to bring that out of people in some situations. Maybe, I mean, if you're more than welcome to, if you want to come out with your enchanter, but just having you kind of chill over here and hang out with us. If you got a tune that you want to just stick into the group, get you some experience.
There's a Legionnaire running. Oh, it's 25%. Somebody's zoned.
There was I think there was about a week or a week and a half period where I was just incredibly sick with the flu. And, you know, kind of had to take off work and just not do anything for a while. And I couldn't sleep it all the way through. I don't sleep very much. So I ended up getting on to EverQuest and spending my time in the East Common tunnels. Just kind of seeing what they had at first, and then later on I kind of developed the idea I'll just make backpacks for a bit and make a little bit extra coin that way, in between me nodding off and coming back to you, and, you know, just kind of being overall very uncomfortable and, you know, sickly, but ended up doing that for a little bit. After I got a little bit better, I spent a little bit of time over in Sol B, and I do notice that there are some zones on P99 where during the day there's just not a lot of people on them. So it may take you a little while to find a group, but if you get on at the right time, right before everybody kind of gets home from work, you know, around 3 or 4, that's when it starts to kind of pick up, especially in City of Mist. You'll be able to get into groups fairly easy, as long as you get there before the groups are made. Once the groups are made, you may have to wait several hours for a spot to open up.
Yeah, for sure. Uh-oh, the Griffin. Uh-oh.
I want to say 56, but been a few months since I played. That can be a little trickier. 56, you're going to be talking about Seb, mostly. Where is my pet? There he is. So small. Such a tiny little thing.
Well, what was your Shadow Knight, AC?
He has been, I think, level 26 for like 2 years now.
AC?
Yeah.
Not gonna be good.
Ooh, you got him just in time, and I got a level off of that. Level 8, baby. New spells, although I don't have them on me, so I'll have to go get those, but new spells, probably a new pet.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Actually, let me look that up, just to see. Oh, he's bound in Innothul Swamp. Yeah, that's cool, man. Don't worry about it, dude. I definitely appreciate you just offering in the first place, but yeah, P99 wiki. Let's look it up by player's guide. No, spells. This is when we need Chupa here. He'd be able to just kind of tell us exactly what we get at level 8. So I'd get Dimensional Pocket. Summons 1 Dimensional Pocket. I do get new pets. I get an air, earth, fire, and water pet. Eye of Zom summons a small eye you can control and see with. I want to play around with that because that's something you get to use as a monk. And I've only ever used it on my cleric when Nibers let me use his, oh man, Hogger speeds. And I had no idea what I was doing, and I never really got the hang of it. So that's something I want to figure out how to control. I get Flame Bolt, I get Invisibility, Lesser Shielding, Renew Elements, Pet Only Heal, that would be nice. Shield of Fire. I get a DS.
Yeah, that's the damage shield.
Shock of Blades, and Staff of Tracing summons 1 Staff of Tracing. What level is ZK? ZK, what level are you, man? You level 9, level 10?
Level 9, yeah.
Okay. Soloing in Soul B, Gnomes, and City of Mist got, yeah, boring. It can be when you solo, for me anyways. I know there's some people out there that absolutely love it. Super Bits and Bob does some amazing soloing videos on his Shaman and his Enchanter.
I've been seeing that he's been uploading content, which is awesome.
Yeah, I love watching his videos. I never really was into soloing all that much. I like to form a group if at all possible. But I did get a little addicted to it when I started my Necro. You know, just something about playing that class that makes it both challenging if you push yourself. There's definitely places you can go that is just easy. Just kind of sit back and autopilot, let your pet do most of the work. But if you want to push yourself, you want to take on creatures that are yellow or right there on the line of almost being even to you, and you have to fear them and fear like 2 other ones, and then, you know, do the snaring and all that kind of crazy stuff. Even doing a little bit of mezzing in there could throw in a little bit of enjoyment for you. But yeah, there's some classes out there that look a little too easy to solo with, and I think Shaman is one of them if you know what you're doing and you have the right equipment. But I tried doing a little bit of soloing with my monk over in Lower Guck, and I think I got like 4 or 5 levels there just doing soloing because it was something I was doing late at night when nobody really was on. This thing's good, man. Oh, he's yellow. Let's get him in here.
Okay.
Nice, we're gonna get a bard. Invite chicken players. Right. Is it Doom? It could be Thum. You never know.
It could be Thum.
I'm bringing my pet back. Shadow Knight? Shadow Knight! Really, really slow to solo with. I tried that when the game first came out. That was my very, very first tune, Dark Elf Shadow Knight. And back then, if you guys remember, this game was very populated to the point of you had to wait for everything. Multiple groups in different locations. You're talking about like the KC Tower over in the Karanas. It wasn't one group camping that. It was one group every step of the way up that tower. So probably 4. I'm trying to think about how many was there. 1 on the bottom, 2 in the middle, and 1 on the very top. So yeah, 4 groups all together. And you had to wait your turn as you went further and further up the tower and got better and better experience. So I usually killed guards over there on the bridge. And you could do it, but it was very tricky a lot of the time and just really slow compared to groups.
Oh, that's Mavis, that bard.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, going back to what you were saying on your about your Necro, is the Necro is meant to solo for the most part. You know, I mean they're really good at soloing, so are Shamans. But if I ever did make a Necro again, I would definitely solo on him all the time.
Hey Penny, how you doing tonight? Dark Elf to 50, and then rerolled an Ogre. Probably why I got burnt out. I like the Ogre on my Warrior. He is a unique style of gameplay because he's so big. You can go to a zone that you're very familiar with. You know, a zone that we have spent a lot of time in besides Sol B is Upper and Lower Guck. And taking my Warrior into Upper Guck was something I wasn't quite expecting would actually happen. He's so massive. I knew he was going to get stuck, but the fact that his actual POV is so different, it kind of made the zone feel new again. And going over the bridges, I didn't have to worry about falling off because he's so massively large that I can run over that thing, and there's always at least 1 foot on the bridge. Whereas if you're going over it with a dwarf, you have to balance yourself, otherwise you will fall over those bridges really, really easily because they're just like planks that are there. It's kind of strange how the game can seem new to you just based off of your own race that you're playing. So this is kind of a new experience as well, playing a gnome. Can't really say I did that back in the day. I'm very, very small. I do have a dwarf paladin, so they're not too different from that, except they don't have the roll, which I kind of miss. You know, it's a cool looking roll. I've seen ZK do it a couple of times, so I'm watching him. Yeah, the Warrior does get the clicky bracer, but I think it's selling for something ridiculous, like 20k on average, and that's a little bit outside my price range. I don't really make a lot of money in this game. We do a newbie giveaway usually 3 or 4 times throughout the year. I think last year we only did it about 2, maybe 3 times due to all the kind of stuff that kind of happened over there last year, due to, like, you know, the flood hit me, and Hydrus is having issues with his internet, and, you know, a whole bunch of other things that happened. But yeah, most of all the stuff that we get tends to get put on one of our alts, and then we save it up. We get enough, we do a giveaway, so we don't really sell anything.
Yeah.
But being stunned from the front was a biggie, going from Dark Elf to Ogre. I guess my Dark Elf was always a pooler, so he didn't really get hit all that often until he got back to the room. Now, I know other people play the game differently based off of how you prefer to pool a certain spot or not, but I tended to use my Engulfing Darkness on the enemies, especially when there was more than one of them, because that would allow one enemy to be slowed down, and I could pull the other 2 further away, feign it off, and when they were going back, the slowed or the snare target was still walking through the hallways all by himself. So I could kind of split them up doing that technique. And so I didn't really get hit all that often on pools. I did get hit a lot when I was the main tank, but that's when I was in a room and I had a cleric there to back me up, so I didn't really worry about the stuns. And I was always trying to conserve my mana, because one thing as the pooler you will notice is you never really get to sit down. Same thing as the warrior or the main tank. You never really get to sit down very much. You're always doing something. So I'd be in entire groups for 6-7 hours and never once sit down the whole time. So I couldn't just waste my mana. I always had to use it on things that I specifically saved it for, which is pooling. And as far as the warrior goes, he still gets stunned fairly decently, especially from, like, the bats in Sol B. Now, I do realize there is a difference between cast it stuns and ability stuns or something along those lines, and that's why the bats are able to actually stun you from the front, even though technically you should be immune to all stuns. What's your mana at, ZK?
51.
Oh, okay. Let me get this orc pawn before it hits you. But I think the reason I like the ogre so much more now is just the roleplay aspect of it. Something that you used to see a lot of on live when it first came out is ogres or trolls sitting in front of a bank, blocking people from being able to get through doors and just kind of laughing, or the broken English that they used to do and talk about smelling blood and, you know, eating dwarves. I kind of get into that every once in a while, and I think that's the best part. Guess I was trying to main tank as a Shadow Knight, which is doable. They are, in my opinion, really, really good tanks. But I think there are some mobs and certain groups where people tend to want warriors more than anything else. And you got to remember the time period when it came out. Nobody really agreed, I think is the main point. Some people knew which classes were going to be the best at doing certain things, especially later on in the game, but nobody really agreed on it until a couple years after the game was out. So people were still making Shadow Knights, people were still making Paladins. A lot of Paladins on my server. Lots of Paladins. I think they were probably the most common class on my server than anything else. On this server, however, they are the least played class. So if you're looking to get loot and you don't want to have a lot of competition, Paladin is the way to go. I like them though, man. You know, get the lay hands.
And I can definitely confirm that it's Paladin because, I mean, even in my guild, we don't even have a lot of main Paladins. I mean, we have like 1 or 2 or 3, so that's about it. And they don't, and sometimes they don't even play their Paladin.
Right.
They play other classes, you know, but...
Let me send my pet in after this guy. We'll pull him back. Okay, so he's rooted, but he's going to break here in just a couple of seconds. Doesn't take long for that spell to wear off. There we go. And we did get an ad, so you guys kill that, and I'll kill this thing over here as best as I can. Main tank for groups. SKs were great in Classic EQ when you got to raids. Most of the time they preferred warriors. Although I have seen my fair share of Shadow Knights being the main tank, even in raids, as long as their equipment is up to par. Like, they got to be a little bit better equipped than a warrior does to hold that role, but great off tanks, for sure.
I've seen a Paladin tank a dragon on this server. In TOV.
Yeah, it's doable, dude. I mean, any class could pretty much do anything they want if they're willing to augment their character in a certain way and accept the limitations and kind of overcome them.
One thing that sucks about Paladins and SKs on this server is that their defense is completely broken. So one day that their defense will be high, and then the next day their defense will be really low. And that kind of determines, you know, if you, how it works on server for Paladins and SKs tanking.
Right.
They take better hits if it's higher, or they take a, you know, I don't know. It's kind of broken on this server. It needs to be fixed, but I don't know if they ever did fix it.
I hope so, because that could be one of the deciding factors in people playing those classes. And I like my SK, but something around playing or going back and playing it this time around that wasn't as enjoyable. And I think what it is I had already done it once before. But I guess I can't really say that because I did it once before with my cleric, and I had no problem doing it all over again. So maybe I'm just not as big into my Shadow Knight as I once was, but I still like them. I still have fond memories of them. Actually, the best memories was with that class. Titanium, $40. If you see titanium for $40, you should.
You need to snatch. You need to get it.
Yeah,
you need to get it.
You should be like that lady who got in a fight for a flat screen TV on Black Friday and just started punching and biting people all over the place, because $40 for titanium is actually fantastic.
Yeah, that's a hell of a deal.
Last time I heard somebody looking for it, it was like $120, $130. Like that, it goes crazy.
Last time I looked for titanium, it was over $200 on eBay. So get it for $40, man.
Or talk to your local pirates. Yar, matey.
I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about. Just kidding.
I had a friend during the day play an ogre warrior, fall asleep before raid in Soul. and block the entrance was hilarious. Oh man, dude. They used to do that crap all the time. And the GMs were not like the GMs on P99. If somebody does that, I think they're going to get booted for trolling somebody. Of course, you know, if you come in and explain that you fell asleep, they probably still won't believe you, but at least it will be more, I don't know, I don't think the offense will be as harsh, especially if it was your first time. But back on live, like getting a hold of a GM took days, sometimes longer, and you had to be on the whole time. Like, they wouldn't send you an email and be like, hey, we need to fix your character, we'll log into them. They didn't have access to any of that, so if they wanted to change your last name, they had to catch you on. So
AC, invite this level 12 cleric.
where's he at? Oh, she
behind you.
Nice. So yeah, when they did that kind of stuff, they just got away with it. But
hello.
Hey, welcome back, dude. Welcome to the stream.
What did you eat, Cypher?
Chinese food.
Oh,
Chinese food. Nice.
Kung Pao chicken, beef and broccoli, pepper steak.
Beef and broccoli for sure. Had also some refried rice and all the good other stuff with it.
Get some of that
Awesome.
egg drop soup.
Where's mine at?
I'll drink the soups.
Where's mine at, Cypher?
Nope. You don't get any.
That hurts my feelings, man.
We are.
Sorry. It's the good stuff.
We're over at East Commons, dude, playing our low-level tunes. If you want to come and join us, we got a spot open.
Yeah, I'm down. 1 second. I have to uninstall my recording software because it's jank. Right now, it's not working correctly. Or not. Did I say recording? Rendering software.
You said recording.
Yeah, it's rendering. It's not recording.
EQ Live is starting to get to me. Nothing but boxing and go get a Merc and solo bud. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk bad about one server versus another server because they all have their own
let's talk
unique...
bad about it.
I'm just saying, like, they all have their own unique aspects of it that make it enjoyable. They have a lot more expansions on that server, so you have a lot more storyline going on. But if you want that community feel, if you want to be able to group with actual people that need you to be there to actually do something, then classic Everquest was it. Because you didn't have mercs, you didn't have instances, you didn't have the ability to one group an entire thing all by yourself. You had to get somebody there to heal you. You had to have somebody actually port you that was a physical player, somebody you could get to know and be grateful that they gave up a little bit of their time or that you gave them a little bit of money in return, whatever the case may have been. And before long, you actually end up developing a friendship with those people because you see them so often. You run across them, you help them out, find their body one day, they help you get a port to go do something another day, you know, and it just kind of works out that way. Live kind of killed it.
Can I give my explanation of live?
Yeah, go for it, dude. It's all yours.
Hey guys, do you want to play a game that is really fun and brings you back to the good old days, but takes away all the abilities to have friendships in the game? Are you a loner and want to be even more alone? Well, hey, we got a robot that's just for you. They can heal you, they can tank for you, they can do everything for you. Come and play our game. I mean, that's what that game has become. And even if you group, it's not social. It's more of you want to do a ah or whatever it is, and then they get to it and it's done. Bye, part ways, and it's just so void of interaction.
Hey,
so that's my experience.
Probably isn't for everybody. I'm sure there's people out there who group with people constantly, especially if you're in the raid scene and that's all you do is raid. You'll probably be grouping with a lot more people that way. But yeah, it doesn't seem like the emphasis is on grouping or community as much as it should have been for an MMO, because that's what keeps you playing. Like, the game is great, don't get me wrong, this game is fantastic, and there's a lot to offer, a lot of enjoyment to be had, lots of places to go off and explore, and we talk about that all the time. But one of the things that keeps you coming back, even when you've done all that, or even when you've done all that you really want to, is the fact that you have friends on there to group with, people that you know, people you touch base with, you know, every day or every week or every month, how often you play. And, you know, it's just kind of like coming back to, I don't know, like a community, like your old high school and seeing all your friends and just being able to hang out and play something that's enjoyable to all of you at the exact same time. So it mixes those two together really well.
Yeah,
for sure.
Kath says, I might have to get back into P99. Live is giving me fits. In a guild with 2K people, still no one wants to group. That's just sad. I don't like that, dude.
Wow.
Kittens that say meow. Join Kittens that say meow when you come back. Let me know how it goes for you. I am in that guild. If you ever need to group with somebody, you can't find somebody, just hit me up, dude. You guys are always welcome to come out and join us.
Or even hit me up. I'm in Aftermath, but I don't really care. I group with anybody. As long as I have a level character in that range,
As long as you don't mind grouping with somebody from Aftermath. I know they get a lot of flack. No, I'm just saying I know they get a lot of flack. I don't know why.
Way to throw me under the bus.
I'm not trying to, I'm just letting them know ahead of time because there are some people out there that have a huge hard-on for hating Aftermath, and I can't blame them completely, but yeah, the hate that you got the other night when we were in Soul B, just from random strangers when you came back to the game, kind of broke my heart a little bit. So yeah, as long as you don't mind it too much. They're a great bunch of people, and we've had some really good friends in that guild.
The cleric wants to know if we want her to try to lull the orcs.
She's welcome to give it a shot, but there is a Lord Shenri up, so most likely going to be running that to the guards.
Oh, yeah, or you're going to die.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, got Mavis just buffed us, but we can...
He will aggro if we get close, so... I'll leave that up to you guys. You guys are the warrior, guard, whatever. You guys are the tanks tonight. And I am a little squishy mage in the background with such a tiny little pet, I could probably fit him in my pocket.
Isn't that why they call it pocket pets or something like that? Or
that was later on when you had the dimensional pocket that you could put your pet in and have like a second one backup.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
But how do you really feel, Cypher? Is what Shix wants to know.
Oh, you want me to really tell you how I feel?
Because he will, guys. He will.
Welcome to level 50, day 2. I've been playing this game for 2 days now, and somehow I'm already level 50. I've just been doing my normal thing, just going to, Guck, newbie zones, things like that, and I'm already level 50. I don't understand how that happened. I was able to take on like 50 mobs at a time. It's just, and all I had was this mob merc thing that was healing me the whole time, and well, at some points they did run away. They did stay and heal me most of the time. And by the way, I have a full set of gear that has better stats than anything you could ever get in Project 1999. The classic version of Everquest. It's just weird. I don't understand it. Oh, by the way, day 3. I'm level 75 now. I don't understand how this game is working and how people are still playing it. Day 5, I am 93 now. I've been playing for maybe 5 to 10 hours. I just don't get it. It's just...
All I kept hearing in the background is the Emperor saying, my young Padawan, come to the dark side. Let the hate flow through you. There is some hate there for sure, but I can't say I disagree with anything you said.
50 in 2 days,
Yeah.
It's just fun.
You can't really understand the game when you move that fast. And what's the point of all those zones that the programmers and developers put so much time and effort into? You got all these beautiful zones that just get bypassed because people level so quickly. So I'm not really big into that either. Well, you guys know that. I've talked about double experience weekends that they throw into the game that I feel should be negative experience weekends, where you actually lose experience every time you kill a mob. Kind of slow down the game a little bit more.
Dude, that would suck.
That would be so amazing, dude. I'd be killing stuff all over the place.
Dude, people would lose their levels, man.
Yeah, can you imagine it be like, oh man, I just down to level 19. You think we can still hold this camp? Be like, I don't know, but we're gonna try, man. We're gonna try holding this. We're gonna get some loot because nobody else wants to kill the day because a bunch of all they care about is leveling up. You got to go in there for the challenge, the enjoyment. Make it a day where if you die, you lose your character, and see how many people play.
Welcome to
permadeath.
No Time to Rest.
Right. I'd probably take that day off too, to be honest. I wouldn't want to lose my characters, but
Oh, you don't want to lose a almost level 60 character?
I mean,
What are
you
talking
know,
about?
the no time to res thing was a fantastic idea, and it was fun to try, but I don't think I ever got past like an hour and a half without dying. Maybe my higher level tune would do a little bit better, but low levels? Oh man, it's rough. You're gonna die. You're gonna die a lot. Cough, Pantheon, cough. Pantheon looks like a really cool game. I got a lot of hope for it. I'm also reserved.
Don't get your hopes up, man.
That's why I said I'm also reserved on it, because I know that games don't always follow through. I know games kind of disappoint, and they go off in a different direction that may not be what you actually want. So I'm hoping for it, but I expect it probably will be.
They're still in pre-alpha, man, and and I don't know. They said the alpha would be out
last year.
now.
Last year,
Yeah,
actually.
last year.
Last year around Christmas is when that was supposed to come out. So they're a little bit behind schedule from where they thought they were going to be. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it is something that has discouraged us a little bit in waiting for it, because it has been for so long. You coming over, Cypher, or are you still trying to find a port?
I got a port.
All right, we're at Orc 1 in the Commons.
I seen a guild called Dial-A-Dad the other day.
Yeah. They were talking about that on Circus Stream last time.
Yeah.
Destroy wants to know how long till AAs get raid banned after January 10th. Why, what happens after January 10th?
What? Where? When?
Oh,
On
he's
live?
talking about. No, he's talking about here. He's talking about here.
Well, there are no AAs.
No, there's AA is referring to Aftermath and Awakened.
Oh, they did get banned for something, didn't they? 30-day
Yeah,
raid ban?
20 day, but yeah.
Yeah, I heard it got doubled. It used to be 10, now it's 20, and they may keep going up for every instance past, you know, like if it's a re-offender, somebody who's done this a lot, or a guild that's done this a lot, they start upping the ban on that. I think that's probably a good idea, because they're bogged down. Not for me, because I don't really deal with any of that stuff, but they get bogged down with so many of those petitions. There are actually people on the game that's all they do, is they do petition quests, and they get a little bit of loot for solving problems or going into the loopholes of certain raid issues. Kind of sucky it's gotten down to that.
I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be a while, because, you know, right after they come off suspension, and I'm in one of those guilds. You know, right after they come off suspension, they do really good, and then it takes a while for them to mess up, and I don't know. It's just gonna take a bit, but it's not gonna happen the same day.
Right. You know, because I can understand a raid or guild making the mistake because they just didn't know any better and they're kind of new to the raid scene. That's understandable. But guilds that have been there for a long time and they know what they're doing and they still do it, that's kind of, you know, one of those things that just...
Yeah.
It eats up the GM's time. And they got other things they could be doing. There's a lot of programming that they want to mess with, things to get the game back to its original specs or as close to it as they see it within their own vision. Oh, there's a lioness. Let me get that off of her.
I thought you were level 12. Sir?
No, I switched over and I was playing my my mage, who was level 7 when I started. I'm level 8 now, and I don't have my level 8 spells, which is kind of killing me because I get a new pet at that level. I get a damage shield at that level. I get some really, really nice stuff at level 8.
Then we can go get your...
Nah, it's all right. It's all right. I'll wait, because we got Chupa coming. As soon as he gets back, we're going to be going over to our level 45 tunes, so I'll pick it up later tonight or something.
I got my enchanter or my monk that I can play. My enchanter's 43, almost 44. Uh-oh. How did I get aggro on Shinri?
Because our druid is...
Mavis, you're supposed to keep aggro on
He's probably on a call right now. Let me get the Shadow Wolf? No, I'll stay on this one. You guys may have to run it. I'm gonna kill the Shadow Wolf. You guys stay on that.
What are you fighting?
Lord Shinri?
You're fighting Lord Shinri?
They sure are.
Oh, you're all gonna die.
We do have a level 60 druid kind of chilling here in the background doing stuff. Okay, so he's rooted. Just don't be the closest one to him. Ah, Uncle Bugsy, thank you for following, man. Appreciate it.
I'm dipping out. I'm gonna start healing myself.
Let me go up. I think I missed a few people. What they said. What Wizard and Mage AE the best tanks in the game? I don't know about Wizard and Mages being the best tanks. They do make for a great splat when they get hit. My new Cypher will play live on FV server from time to time. Yeah, you are playing on live, aren't you? You do have your Shadow Knight. I think you were trying to get like dragons killed and stuff.
Yep.
So the hate may be real, but he still likes the game.
I have my 93 monk there. That's that I farm with.
Yeah, don't let him fool you
guys.
Because
nothing there is no trade. You can sell everything.
I also play on pre-owned. I have a 65 cleric, but I don't play anymore.
Level 20, all stats maxed. It is sad. Just make some EEs. Permadeath, but mobs have a 5% chance
guys
to
haven't
drop
killed
a fungi.
this guy yet?
Wow, dude.
Oh.
A permadeath day, but all mobs have a 5% chance to drop a fungi. I kind of like it because 5% is not a lot, but it's enough.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Ready for an invite?
Maybe, no, I don't know. It'd have to be all mobs that are above a certain level, because you don't want people just, creating a level 1 toon and going out and killing snakes until they get a fungi and trading it off. So beyond a certain level...
Invite Cybertron.
I tossed him invite. Now we'll get Mavis back in here, and we should be able to keep up with this. That was a long fight.
Yeah, he's like a level 20. He's like a level 20-something mob, I think, right?
Something like that.
He's a mob you're gonna run to the guards if he ever spawns again. That's for sure. How to play? Why there are rules? Just let it be a complete FFA. FFA would be cool. That's the way it was in the old day, and the stronger guild won. So I'm okay with that. But they tried doing that and didn't really sit well with the community. And again, this is a server based off of the community, so the rules have switched over the years. Yeah, the GMs I think are perfectly fine with not interfering in everything. It's less time that they have to spend, but over the years, again, the server has kind of demanded it. Otherwise, people leave. Bushido Bull. Hey, man, how you doing? Doing all right. Where are you guys at 45? I'm on my 49 bar now. Shix, I don't know where we're going to be going tonight. Probably City of Mist, Soul B, Lower Guck, one of those places. City of Mist, depending on when Chupa gets back, may already be taken. That place gets pretty packed early on, so we may not be able to do that one. Soul B tends to stay open, but I think they're kind of sick of Soul B, because I have been making these guys go there quite a bit lately. But wherever we go, you're more than welcome to join us, man.
I feel like a beast.
You're decked out, right? Is that Rubicite?
Nah. Maybe the helm is, but not the breastplate. It's crustacean. Then I got your arms on until I get the faction.
Captain says, I play EQ Live. It's been 3 seconds since the last time I farmed a mob on EQ Live. I guess he's making a joke as it's that easy to farm over there.
Yep. Because nobody kills like the old mobs, and even new mobs, they get, what's it called whenever you have a character that stays online while you're offline and you have the auto loot everything for you?
Oh, I'd never even heard of that thing.
That's called having
your cake and eating it too?
For your cleric or your shaman, and then having your necromancer just kill everything with their pet.
Why play a game if you're not going to play it?
I don't, it's just the way. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, somebody commented on one of my videos. They said I smile a lot when I play the game, and it's because I play games that I enjoy. You know, when I'm sitting at work in front of a computer, I guarantee if you were watching me on cam, I wouldn't smile once all that day. In fact, it would probably be scratching my head or slapping, you know, just being like, what am I getting myself into? And the people I have to talk to on the phone up there is just outrageous. But when I come home, I get to relax. I get to put my feet up. I get to take my shoes off. I get to throw on a game and spend a little bit of time with my friends. And it makes me smile. You know, it's just, I like playing with people I enjoy with. So, yeah, I mean, that's what you're supposed to be doing when you play a game. Not, I'm going to leave the game running while I go to bed. And it's kind of weird. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.